My family only ate dinner together once a year, not on holidays, not for birthdays, not even when relatives visited. Just one night, always unannounced, and always exactly the same. If you asked why, my mother would smile too tightly and say, "Some things work better if you don't understand them." I believed her, until the year my sister disappeared. When I was a kid, our house felt normal from the outside. White siding, a clean lawn, wind chimes hanging on the porch that rang even when there was no wind. Inside, things were controlled. My dad ate in the basement. My mom ate in her bedroom. My sister and I ate wherever we happened to be. The idea of sitting together felt strange, almost illegal. Then, once a year, my mom would knock on our doors and say the same words. "Tonight's the night. Wash your hands." No excitement, no explanation, just urgency. The table was always set for 5 people. There were only 4 of us. The extra chair sat at the head of the table, slightly pulled out, like someone had just stepped away. I asked about it once when I was 6. The room went quiet. My dad stared at his plate. My mom dropped a fork. My sister squeezed my knee under the table so hard I almost cried. No one answered. That was the last time I asked. There were rules. We sat exactly where we were told. We couldn't leave until everyone finished. No phones, no talking, no questions, and most importantly, no leftovers. Every bite had to be eaten. The food changed every year, but there was always something no one touched. Carrots, olives, soup, something small, placed carefully on the extra plate. My sister noticed before I did. "Don't eat the carrots," she whispered one year, her voice barely moving her lips. "Why?" She didn't answer. She just stared straight ahead until my dad gave a single nod. That nod meant we were allowed to stop. At exactly 7:13 p.m. every year, my dad stood, took the extra plate, and locked it in the cabinet above the fridge. I never saw what was left on it. The year I turned 15, my sister didn't come home from school. My parents weren't panicked. They weren't angry. They were prepared. "She's staying with your aunt," my mom said. "We don't have an aunt." When I pointed that out, my dad finally looked at me. "She's where she needs to be." That year, dinner happened anyway. The table was still set for 5, but this time, the extra plate wasn't empty. The food on it was still warm. I couldn't eat. My hands shook. I kept looking at the chair, half expecting my sister to sit down like nothing had happened. When I whispered her name, my mom's fork scraped hard against the plate. At 7:13, my dad stood, took the extra plate, and locked it away. I noticed something then. There were fingerprints in the gravy. After that, I started paying attention. The wind chimes rang louder on dinner nights. The house smelled wrong, like metal and herbs. And my parents looked older every year, thinner, more tired. The cabinet above the fridge stayed locked, until the year my dad forgot. He went to bed early. My mom fell asleep on the couch, and at 2:17 a.m., I stood on a chair and opened the cabinet. Inside was a stack of plates, each one labeled with a name. My grandparents, my uncle, and my sister. At the bottom was a plate with no name yet, just today's date. I didn't hear the footsteps behind me. My mom's voice was calm. "It's your turn next year." That's when I learned the truth. Our family doesn't eat together to remember the dead. We eat together so one of us doesn't become them. Something comes to the table every year. If it isn't fed, it takes. And it always prefers family. I left that night. I didn't say goodbye. But sometimes at 7:13 p.m., I swear I hear wind chimes where there are none. And I wonder who's sitting in my chair now.